Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Clone Evolution, the edition where I forgot to load the game. Now, as you can tell, I'm a bit out of it today. Yeah, the weed is hitting me harder because I've been busy the past few days, haven't been able to smoke weed. So now that I am, it's hitting me pretty hard. But yeah, easily within enough to do the show today. Alright, hopefully, if we can load the game. Now, the past few days I've been helping my family out with a bunch of things. I can't give too much away, but there's a new YouTube show coming out, and I helped film it. And by I say help filming it, I actually filmed all of it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think 99% of it I filmed. I'm pretty sure some other people filmed before I got into volunteering, but hey, Rusty Valor, how's it going? So the nice thing, I was thinking, it sucks to be volunteering to help other people get their YouTube channels going and doing filming, but it's like a whole crew of people, they're all working on a show, and it's neat to actually be involved in a project where I'm getting to test my filming abilities. Alright, so we got the Aerospace Center. I don't know if anyone's heard, but the Aerospace Center is actually open. I haven't had a chance to try it, so we'll get to see my first reaction to what it's all about. There's a lot of Z's, looks like they're showing up, so I'll have to correct that. If anyone knows what they're doing with this Aerospace Center in the chat, please fill us in. Alright. And I got a lot of updates about what happened while we were gone too. I did a few things in the game that were pretty major moves, and I didn't have a chance to record it because I only had a few minutes to do it. And damned if I didn't make a whole shit ton of heroes, and yet we're still like max to the tits with too many heroes. So we got to find a way to make more room. Hey Shelly, how's it going? Yeah, Rusty Valor's talking about the Legion. Oh, the Legion is an hour away. No, and I was thinking this new Aerospace Center is really confusing. I don't know if anyone's figured it out yet. I read on Facebook a whole bunch of people just bitching, complaining how they hated it. And someone was saying that it's another feature that you can pay to win, so that you'll suck balls at this ship stuff until you actually start giving them money, and then they'll help you better. So I don't know how true all this is. We'll have to figure it out. Here's more quick chat. Spaceship hangar. I don't get destroy TNT. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's information buttons. Oh god, that's a lot of reading. Alright, so I think I read most of it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the game overall is pay to win, so I'm not really surprised that it would be easier if you paid money to win. That would make sense. So the Aerospace accomplishment says it's coming soon. The attack technology, I do not know what all this is. I don't see any information button here. Oh, here's where you can pay to win, I think. Legal plunder permit. Valid just for 1 month if you pay $10 US. I don't know if anyone else has noticed prices increasing, but in Canada, prices are going crazy high. Like the government did that thing where they like increased the minimum wage to like near $20 an hour and hoping that everyone could afford stuff. But instead, everyone just raised their prices by like 10. So it's like food that used to cost $10 and you go to order it now, guess how much it cost? Near like $100. So it's like, would you like to get an increase of a minimum wage from $15 an hour to $20, and then have your food go from $10 a meal to $100 a meal? I don't know if that was such a good plan that they had by increasing the minimum wage and hoping everyone would just become rich. That was fucked, man. So I don't know, like I went to, what was it, Tim Hortons the other day to like order a ham sandwich, and it used to be $4. Guess how much it was since the last time I was there? It's over $10 now. So I was like, that's over fucking double the prices like every few years in food. It's like, oh my god, man, that's crazy shit, right? Well, who knows? Hopefully it'll turn around. I figure if Canada's food prices go super high, there's too many obese people here. So it probably wouldn't be that drastically bad of a thing if all of a sudden everyone was forced to go on a diet. It's kind of weird. I guess mean to say, because there'll be a lot of skinny people that are going to be forced to go on this diet too, but oh well. Hard times make strong people. That's how I try to look at it. Rusty Valor says that he's in the Cobra Kai guild. That's cool. You know what I heard is that the people from Cobra Kai are starting to do conventions. So once I get back into the convention scene, might actually get to meet some of the cast, or the Lelanders will get to meet Cobra Kai. I haven't actually watched TV in decades, so I don't really know what Cobra Kai is, other than that I've heard a lot of people talk about it. One of these days I'm going to get back into like watching TV. Figure when I'm crippled and can't move, then I'll be watching shitloads of TV. I'll get caught up in no time. Now, I had a bit of a rough issue. I got back into biking this week. Hadn't biked since August last year. And man, well, I shouldn't say I hadn't biked at all, maybe once or twice. But I went for like a good, fast bike ride, long bike ride, up hills and stuff. Holy shit, did my legs burn. And I was like, oh, I'll just push through the pain. It's not that bad of a burn. What do you, I knew? I fucking blew out my hip, so now it's like popping out of socket. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that from biking. It's fucking annoying as hell. But at least it's only popping in and out occasionally, so it's not like I can't move, but dear god, I gotta watch that so it doesn't get any worse. Alright, I'm so stoned that I keep clicking the same thing and then wondering why it's not working. Alright, so how the fuck are we gonna clear room? Let's try the Aerospace, or no, the Institute. Oh, it's funny, you know how the Aerospace Center thing, or whatever that new item is called? It's opening. My brother just happened to travel to New York, so he's actually at the Air and Space Museum, sharing pictures about what it's like there. I keep telling him, man, you're wasting these trips, because you're going on these trips over and over again, and you're never vlogging any of it. You're just taking pictures. It's like you share it on your Facebook wall, and maybe like 100 people like it or whatever, but I'm like, man, you should really vlog your trips, or at least start a Facebook group for your pictures. Well, I guess he's got so much on the go with work. It's not easy to do. Now, if I was traveling all over the world like that, man, my YouTube channel would have so many travel vlogs. Or who am I kidding? I've done lots of traveling and I'm just barely scratching the surface of actually filming. It's not easy. Alright, it's not always easy. Yeah, so once the new TV or YouTube show launches, and if anyone wants to see my camera work, I'll share the video. Give an example in case anyone wanted to hire me for camera work, how it turns out. I was surprised it wasn't a disaster. I wasn't sure how the first few filming days would go. I was a bit nervous, to say the least. Yeah, I've heard good reviews of Cobra Kai. It was funny, they were bragging about how much like the Karate Kid had never aged or whatever. It was funny because they compared a picture of him to what his coach or mentor looked like at the same age in the show last season or last rendition, and the other guy actually looked younger. So I don't know, and who knows, when you compare two people and they're aging, some people age way faster than others, and no one really knows what causes it. Some think it's vitamin deficiencies, others think it's too much sun. I think the sun one is definite, because I've been in the sun shitloads. I basically worked outdoors without wearing sunscreen for decades on end. So yeah, I've definitely had a lot of bad sun exposure. No, I'm much more careful with sun exposure now, but looking back, I kind of wish I knew about all this sooner. I think the vitamin deficiency would make sense too, because when you think about it, like your body, your skin cells, they all require something to rebuild. And if they don't have the pieces, like how are they going to rebuild, right? Alright, I guess we'll do some expeditions, and then we'll come back and try that battle. Oh wait, no, I remember what we gotta do first. Dum-da-dum-dum. Did we do all that? Oh yeah, we did already. Never mind. Sorry, I'll try to gather myself. Shit. Was on auto battle. There we go. We'll see the manual battle. Yeah, everyone's been wondering how I did so well in the dungeon and how I'm beating a lot more of the campaigns. Usually when it comes to these battles, I stick with Genie just to give us that extra shield and defensive boost. But when it comes to like the final battles, I usually swap out Genie and I'll put in Zoro. Just so if anyone's like a really strong hitter, that as soon as they try to hit Zoro, they miss, and then they get countered with their own attack. And some people put in the chat, well, they tried Zoro, boosted her up, or him, whatever gender Zoro is, and they said it still didn't work for dodging. And then I was thinking, the one thing that really increased dodge that I noticed is if you change the team's element to lightning. I think that's Zoro's matching element, and for some reason when that is on, my team dodges like crazy. So if I built like a lightning team and increased the dodge like insanely, people would never be able to hit my team. They would try to hit Suzo, they couldn't hit him. They would try to hit Zoro, all their attacks would just bounce back and hit them. And then my fucking Suzo would be striking back with like lightning like crazy. So that's how I started beating a lot of teams. The harder ones is just doing a full lightning team. Especially Wind to Fury. Put Wind to Fury in there. Holy shit, you got one hell of a healer. Put in even Gus, then you're like doing double specials. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, so that's some of the what would you call it, like strategy that I'm using. Why is this not going full screen? It's fucking annoying. Why is it not? Oh well, I'll try to figure it out later. I gotta be careful, I'm catching such a buzz that I don't accidentally hit refresh. Now, as everyone can tell, my fasting for Ramadan did not go well, so everyone else who's having luck with that, congratulations. You don't win them all. I'm not gonna hang my head in shame. Try to rebound back better. Thinking realistically, my body is not hanging on or handling fasting very well, to say the least. So I'm just gonna have to pace myself. Maybe do a couple. Well, I remember George St. Pierre. He used to talk about fasting 1 day a week. So I was like, 1 day a week? That doesn't sound that bad. Hopefully I can manage that, maybe. This whole month thing is just not working out. Feeling like death after a week. I know most people, yeah, fasting is always rough, but you gotta listen to your body at some point, right? If your body's like, you know what, this is not going well. Alright, kind of need your body. Alright, let's see. There we go. Where are we going? Westward, ho. Right, so what do we got to do? We're going to try doing some more dungeon battles. I guess we'll do that first. Can't even remember where we got stuck. Oh yeah, I tried swapping in Zoro. Let's put it on lightning. See if we can do the trick here. Yeah, I'm hoping my fucking hip heals for my next long bus trips. Because, man, if I got, like, my fucking leg popping in and out of socket, that is not going to be good. Man, oh, man. Now, some days I wonder, going into the afterlife, if we do get a new body and we get to ditch the old one, I'll be like, alright. It's like a ditch the fucking blown out shoulder, blown out leg, blown out back. Definitely not taking this human body back to mint condition, it's gonna be beat up pretty well. Got my money's worth. Now, that's one thing I've really taken for granted with all my injuries. At least I've been able to push through it. So it's like, man, if I reach the point where it actually becomes impossible to push through, that's going to be the big challenge. Pacing myself will be much more of an issue. Have to give in and have limits. Fuck. Now, I still can't believe my travel video for Toronto took 7 days to render. It's like, holy fuck. That is like by far the longest. I'm going to tweak the settings a bit and see if I can get that down a bit. Bringing things down is my specialty. No, just kidding. That was terrible, sorry. In fight ring. Now, you can only make fun of yourself so much before you take it too far. That was too much. Alright, so what do we got? Ooh, we got some good levels here. Let's try that. Now, I'm taking it easy on the bullets this time, like really easy. So next time when we do it, we don't fuck around. We can actually beat the level. I know it sucks taking it easy because really I just want to go to town and win every time, but same thing, got to pace yourself a bit. Holy shit, 3 viewers. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Oh yeah, and I got some news about fixing my place up north. I actually found 2 or 3 construction companies that say they can build a garage. So I gave them a link from Home Hardware showing a garage kit. And it cost about, what did I show everyone, like 10 grand or something? Let's check it out. So if anyone's wondering my new place that I'm working on building, I might actually get a place like this. I know it sounds cheesy to live in a garage, but I think for my current living situation to a garage, that's actually not so bad. Especially if I get a 16 by 20, that's actually pretty big. Especially 2 floors. So I don't know, it'd be about, fuck man, 10 grand Canadian plus assembly. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure in Canada, the prices don't correlate like that. It's probably way more, so we'll see what it is. I mean, if I had to guess, the inflation on building a garage is already through the roof, but we'll see. I think if worst comes to worst, maybe what'll happen is I'll end up building the garage, going in debt, but actually being able to pay it off. Let's hope. Because really, that's going to be the thing too. If I go broke building it, that'll be the fucked part then too, because I won't be able to afford to use it. Because I'll be able to have to require money to pay bills while I stay there. Alright, so let's see. Let's go with Rob. But it's kind of an exciting proposition. As much as I could just ditch Canada and go to Cancun and buy an already made house for roughly the same amount of money. The thing is, the government's only one step away from stopping you from even going there. And we've seen it happen multiple times in recent years. So that's a big risk to buy a place in another country and then all of a sudden they can just say, sorry, you can't go back. It's like, what the fuck, right? That's what happens when you elect a dictator, right? Like, I still can't believe that I voted for him. I guess that's how it works, right? People often vote for what they want, and then what they want turns out not to be what they needed. It's kind of like if you let kids vote on what they want to eat, right? You'd be eating cookies and chocolate, ice cream all day, and then they would get sick and die, right? So that's kind of like why you have to be the mean person and be like, you know what, kids, as much as you want to just eat what you want all the time, you actually have to eat some stuff with nutrients in it. Got to eat your meat. Can't have any pudding. Not unless you eat your meat. All right, let's go. Oh, fuck, I forgot to check what he was selling. That's always a mistake in life, right? You rob the person before you even check what they're selling. No, just kidding. Fuck, I was hoping to get S there. Piece of shit. Oh well. Hopefully we can get the S here. So that's actually starting to be pretty wild. If I got that garage built, then I'd be facing the choice, do I want to hook it up to the grid electricity or just make it off-grid shed or garage? I'm thinking my luck with electronics and breaking shit, I really should just go on the grid. Maybe add off the grid as like a supplement so that I could go off the grid if I wanted to, if like the power went out. Yeah, and then once I add the electricity to the shed, then I just have to spend $2,000 and buy one of the electric washrooms. So then I could install one of those. Next thing you know, I have a garage with a washroom. Now the shitty part will be hooking up showers and whatnot, but I noticed the town actually does have like a community center / gym or whatever where you can pay for a membership and use the showers and stuff. So I was like, you know what, maybe I might have to go that route until I get actual showers hooked up and then just have a washroom. Sponge bath. That'd be pretty nasty, but I don't know. Could just swim in the lake too, and then if it was too cold, go to the community center. The only thing people think you can just swim in a lake to get clean, it really doesn't work that way, because when you swim in a lake, you just come out covered in sand. Hey, Steadfast, how's it going? Yeah, happy Saturday morning. Oh, we can buy some fists. We got the fist action in going. There we go. Now we need a lot of those fist items for the other mission. Get your mind out of the gutter. No, we're not punching anyone. It's just nah, the fist battles we're not going to do this week. I think we're going to save them for next month so we can get an epic fist battle. Big meal. Yeah, I actually did buy one of those for my camping trips because I realized when I go on long camping trips, obviously you're not going to have a shower, and especially if you're going with women on the trip as well, you don't really want to be reeking the whole time. So, yeah, what I did is I bought one of those Canadian Tire, fucking, what is it called? Camping shower. And it's funny how it works. It's basically sort of like one of those camel packs, you know, that you can wear a backpack that's made out of rubber and it fills with water. But instead of putting it on your back, it comes with a hook, so you can hook it on a tree branch or something. And it's actually colored black. So what happens is when you go on a camping trip, you fill the black bag with water and you hang it in the tree, or you just put it on the ground in the sun, and it heats up red hot because the bag is black. So once the bag heats up to like red hot temperature, then it actually has a hose and a switch so you can turn it on, and then it turns into a shower head. And obviously the pressure is a little low, and it only lasts until the bag is empty, so you can't go for like a 2-hour shower or something, but it's better than no shower, especially if you're camping. So I might actually hook up one of those, yeah. It's not a bad idea. Especially if I'm only traveling up north in the summer, so it's not like I'm really going to be there in the fucking -50 trying to shower. And if I had heat, I guess, yeah, if I hook up to the grid and I can just have electric heater in the garage, then I could keep it warm year-round easy, especially if you insulate the shit out of it. That's the one thing in Canada. As much as we have horrible winters, we pretty much have perfected insulating buildings. The only hard part about insulating in Canada is the hot and cold extremes. They create a lot of humidity and condensation buildup. So if you're not careful with how you ventilate it out, then you can get a lot of mold buildup. So yeah, mold is definitely shitty. I'm super allergic to mold, so as bad as it is to be allergic to mold, I can smell it a mile away. I shouldn't say smell it, but my neck will swell up. Yeah, and once I swell up like crazy, I'm like, oh, I'm near mold. Yeah, so that's the plan I'm looking at right now. Demolish the old garage, put in the new garage for approximately 20 grand. And then I'll probably have to work another year or two before I can afford to insulate it and hook it up to the grid. But we'll see how that goes. I was thinking just as is, if I could even insulate it, that'd be pretty sweet. Maybe put the off the grid for until I can afford to hook it up to the grid. Yeah, and then get the high-speed internet there. Once I have high-speed internet there, then I could do the show from there. Then I'd be set pretty much. I'm not actually super complicated because I don't have a family or anything to support, so when it comes to like a complicated living area, I could pretty much bachelor it. I don't really need like a whole bunch of rooms to have family and kids and stuff, so I can just have like 2 giant garage rooms. That's no problem. I probably would put in a couple walls upstairs maybe, or maybe downstairs just to have a washroom. Now, luckily I have lots of friends that are carpenters, so even though I'm not good at framing and all that shit, at least I know lots of people that are. And I have lots of weed that I can give carpenters. It's funny how many times carpenters actually like weed. Makes you wonder if Jesus liked weed. He probably did. Even my woodworking teacher back in high school, he used to buy weed from the students. I don't know what student was crazy enough to sell it to the teacher. I was like, dear God, if the teacher even mentioned weed, I'd be like, you know what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Because it was super illegal back then. If the teacher ratted you out for it, you'd be expelled from the school. And you'd be in jail. Yeah, so if any teacher came to me and said they wanted weed, it'd be like, you know what? I have no idea what you're talking about. What is a weed? You want weeds from outside? What? I can get you some dandelions. You know, that's what someone was telling me too, is that the mines had contaminated the lakes so much that you're not even supposed to swim in them. But the only thing that puzzled me about that is the one lake, it also has a sign saying that it's used for drinking water, so that you're not allowed to swim in it. So I was like, which is it? Is the water too clean or too dirty? Can it really be both? I guess maybe it is both. It's so they want it clean, but they still have to filter the mining tailings out? I don't know. No, to be honest, I've never tried swimming in it, and mining tailings, I don't know. What is that, like a cyanide? Or what would it be? I'll have to look that up and see how bad the side effects are. Because I'd probably try it once or twice, even if it is that bad. Just to try it. Oh, 2 different lakes. That's right. Yeah, because there's shitloads of lakes up there. That's the funny thing. I never realized other countries, they don't have lakes everywhere. But if you're in Canada, especially in my province, there's literally like a lake every few miles. Ponds, rivers, fucking, it's wet everywhere. Yeah, so that would explain it, eh? So that's why Kearns, that lake, you don't see so many people swimming and boating and fishing in it. Because that's why it was so weird. When I went there, I was like, why is this lake empty? Like, why is the weather so nice and you'd hardly see anyone? I think maybe we seen one boat go by, and then it was like just a, or was it a canoe? Can't even remember. Yeah, we were there for a few days, so I was like, holy shit, peak of summer, the weather's so nice, and there was no one there. Giant fucking lake. I could see other people in like cottages, like way in the horizon, but no one near where we were. And that's what was making me wonder. I'm like, if no one's here, there must be a reason, right? Yeah, well, that's the one thing. I don't always approve about protests. Sometimes I think they're a little bit overblown. But man, if the natives could get some of their protests going to the point where they got all the lakes up north clean, oh, that'd be sweet. That'd definitely be some protests I could get behind. No, I get it that society, we need to mine stuff, but I'm one of those people, I'm thinking, man, we're so close to mining asteroids in the moon. Maybe we can start to divert some of our like more aggressive mining so we don't have to pollute as much as when we mine. I know there's probably ways to mine where it's just not as efficient and it costs more, but it's cleaner. And so because there has to be a way we can get the best of both worlds. People can still get their jobs mining and stuff, and we don't have to destroy everything in the process. That'd be sweet. No, right now I'm just getting some of the honey oil from the government off a pin. I'm gonna drip some of it in a dry bowl. And just to warn people, this vapor oil or honey oil that the government of Ontario is selling is super potent. So you have to be very careful with it. Definitely don't recommend it. Especially tolerance-wise, man, if you start smoking this stuff all the time, good luck getting a buzz from any other weed. You'll be like, fuck, now the only thing I can catch a buzz from is like $30 a gram shit. It's terrible. Now, a buddy of mine from high school actually came over to visit yesterday, and I let him try it. I can't remember if he said he liked it or not. I should have asked him. He did try it. No, I think it hit him a bit hard. I was thinking it was going to be smooth, but man, for him it was pretty harsh. So I gotta forget that my lungs are usually pretty strong, so if something tastes harsh to me, it's like fire to someone else. Alright, looks like our team is fighting Catholic Hero, and one of our team members died. So I'll have to remember who that was and swap them out with a different hero. No, I can't believe how good the Zorro trick is working. Hey, Warzard the Board Time Lord. Any retro news? Oh, he started Odyssey 2 collecting again. Yeah, I've got so much retro news. Actually, what I've been working on all week this week, which was embarrassing. My friend came over yesterday. He's like, oh my god, right? What happened to your room? So right now my room is just like demoed, where I got everything apart. And it seems so dumb because I'm like setting all this up and I'm really like probably less than a year away from having to move. So it's kind of shitty hooking everything up and then having to take it down. But such is life. It's like those Buddhist monks that create those great mandalas made out of sand and then they just blow it away. So sometimes you really do spending all this time creating something so elaborate just for it to get destroyed. But anyways, so I'm setting up this elaborate retro game setup. And I got the stereo out that I bought, actually, I got for Christmas. Fuck, man, it's almost May and I haven't even hooked it up. Now, it just goes to show you how slow, like, I get so many projects on the go. It's hard to get any of them done. I really got to focus better. Like Kanye West, 100 projects I'm going at the same time. But anyways, yeah, so I got the retro game stereo put in. I got the PS4 above it. The PS1's going to go above that. Then the PS2 and PS3 under it. And the reason I had to change the order is I never realized how fat the stereo was. Like, I've had fat stereos before, but this one is like over double the fattest stereo I've ever had. And I should have realized that the reason it's so fat is because it has all those components in it, right? Like, this stereo is fucking crazy expensive, and it's got hookups I never even dreamed possible. That sounds gross. So obviously that's not very retro. Just the consoles I mentioned there. But next to it on the shelves, I got the Nintendo Wii, the Intellivision 2, and holy shit, I need a drink. And I've got a mint condition or near mint original Intellivision with the Intellivision voice. My Intellivision shelf is now filled with almost all my favorite games. And actually box and game and overlays and all. I've got Utopia, the 2 D&D games, Tron, Triple Action, Snafu, Night Stalker, Skiing, Baseball, and Donkey Kong. So I haven't really had any time to play any of them, sadly, but... And oh yeah, and I got the Xbox 360, and oh yeah, and I got the Coleco flashback. So I'm going to be hooking that all up to my stereo, and then once every one of those consoles is hooked up to my stereo, it's got to output to the TV, and it's got an HDMI output cord that I'm hooking up right into the input on my computer. Yeah, for some people are wondering, how the fuck does your computer have an HDMI input? Obviously, it's one of those cords you gotta buy that's an adapter, and then it hooks up through USB 3. So that's how. So yeah, once that's all set up, then I'll be like, hey, I can just turn on Intellivision, Coleco, PlayStation, Nintendo. I'll have Wii and Wii U, the entire, well, not the entire game archive, just the ones I own. But yeah, I could have the entire archive because they can run ROMs. So yeah, I'm pretty much, but I haven't gone into the Odyssey yet. I noticed I started watching a couple of YouTube videos about the Odyssey, and it does look impressive. So yeah, once that setup is complete, that'll be the thing. Even if I have to move, and I move into a garage, if I have the internet, I could just rebuild this whole studio anywhere there's the internet. Especially if I'm moving into a garage that's heated. I don't need electric or water for this. I can just get a water cooler and put it in my room. So if I want water, I don't actually need plumbing. I can make it a dry cabin. I know having plumbing would be nice, and I'll have to upgrade to that eventually, but one step at a time. I think really what I'll focus on, getting the new garage built, getting electricity, and insulated. Once I reach that point, that's the scary part. Once I have a garage that's basically 2 stories, and I don't know how many square feet that works out to. If anyone could do the math, 16 by 20 times 2, how many square feet that would be. But anyways, that's getting to the point where I could sell that property for a pretty penny, right? Especially in today's market, they'd be like, what, brand new building? Even if it didn't have plumbing, someone would look at that and be like, wow, that's cheap. Because yeah, today's housing market, shit man, it's hard to find anything nice under a fucking million. So not to get my hopes up too much, but if I could even get any of that progress done this year, that'd be sweet. Now, not to always focus too much on the future, not live in the present, enjoy what I have now instead of always wanting more. Things right now are actually starting to go pretty good. Can hence the hesitation in my voice there. No, I'm still pretty down the dumps over my uncle. I noticed every time I think about him, it's getting to the point where at least I can start to think about him without breaking down. So that's good. I was hoping like maybe a year or 2 from now I can actually look at pictures of him and not break down too. That'd be sweet. Now, on the whole changing job situation right now too. I ended up getting laid off from some work. So, yeah, it's going to suck being on unemployment insurance, but and the nice thing about unemployment insurance is if I qualify, at least I'll have some money coming in. So that way I can technically be up north working on projects and still be getting paid at the same time. Technically, I'd have to be looking for a job still, but as long as I get my job searches fixed, and then I could use all the rest of the time to work on whatever projects I want to up north. Oh yeah, that was the funniest thing too. I was thinking, you know how stupid I was? I was thinking of demolishing my old house and living in the garage. I was like, you know what I should do? just fix up the old house to the point where it's not really livable, but I could use it for storage. Because that'd be kind of dumb to like tear down a house, even if it is in ruins. At least if it had a roof and it was like all like sealed, then I could use it for storage, or even modify some of the rooms to use when I want. Doesn't actually have to be, well, I could get into trouble probably from the city, because the city would probably say you're only allowed to go in a condemned house if you're fixing it. You wouldn't just be able to use it for storage, but I don't know, we'll see how strict they are about it. Who knows, maybe there's a way to bend the rules where if you have a condemned building and as long as it's sealed, you can still use it for storage. That'd be nice. Yeah, so that way I could just live in the nice, or at least stay in. I guess technically you wouldn't be allowed to live in a garage either. But you could visit the garage and use the house for storage. Oh yeah, and I was looking at the prices for how much it is to raise a house and fix a foundation that's caved on one part. And it can range anywhere between 10 grand and 100 grand, depending on how complex the operation. And seeing that my house is basically almost like gutted at this point, I can't see it being that complex compared to a house that actually has everything hooked up still. That was the one thing I was thinking. How the hell do they raise a house with the plumbing still attached? So yeah, luckily my plumbing is already all disconnected. Yeah, I think that's probably how the city rules work. As long as you have a washroom, then you're allowed to stay at a place. Because obviously they don't want someone staying somewhere there's no washroom. Which makes me wonder, because there's a guy that lives in a trailer next to mine. And obviously his trailer doesn't have a washroom, so how is he living in it? Legally. Unless, yeah, the city might just be bending the rules, or he might have like a washroom that he goes in a bag and then dumps it somewhere. Nasty. Well, you do what you gotta do, I guess, right? If you're that broke. Yeah. He's surviving. I would do is hook up the garage to electricity and then buy the electric washroom from Mississauga. When I heard about that electric washroom from Mississauga, I was like, finally, someone invented one. I'll have to watch more of the reviews, but so far everyone swears it works. And I was like, what? How could it possibly work? But yeah, because I seen those composting toilets. I was like, man, that does not work, especially for people that are bigger. Like, sure, if you got a person who's small, then it won't be so bad. But man, if you got like an adult male who weighs over 200 pounds, not to be graphic, but you'll be filling that composting toilet in no time. Right, the finals. I wish we were in this. Did we actually qualify to get in? No. No, sorry team. When I was playing the last few days, I did a horrible job. I kept losing battles we should have won. It was pretty sad. But at least we got the battles in. Hey, Doodle! Yeah, I finally made it up to level 300. While the viewers were gone, I actually made it up to 301, I think. No, when it comes to the dungeon, yeah, I'm no slack now. I've made it past quite a few levels. I'm even getting close to catching Tanista. Nah, I'm just kidding. As soon as I got close to Tanista, she said she's been busy because she had to move, or I can't remember, there's something bad that happened, she couldn't get online. Oh yeah, was it flooding or something, I think she mentioned. But anyways, yeah, she said once she gets back, and then yeah, once she got back, she put some distance between us again. So yeah, I'm glad she's back, and yeah, everyone, I guess, goes through phases in their life where they move to a place prone to flooding. God. Can't believe that flooding damaged the foundation to my house so bad. I think if I ever did fix the foundation, that'd be the biggest challenge, to make sure it didn't happen again. have to find some way to divert the water so it doesn't actually go to the foundation and flood it again. Do like the sandbags or some sort of raise the dirt around the house and compact it really good so it drains away. Now, that's what my brother is actually perfect at his company. He's got this big tampering machine. It's basically like a steamroller, but you can move it on dirt. So yeah, if you ever got like dirt that you need compressed so that water won't drain through it, you can just run that tamping machine on it. It'll squish the dirt so much that water can never make it through. And then yeah, it takes a lot more dirt because every time you pour it on and squish it, it gets smaller, and squish it, it gets smaller, but eventually you can put so many layers that it's just like the same height. Oh, nice. Yeah, I should check what events. Doodle says he just made it to level 200. Congratulations. Let's give him a big shout out applause. Now 200 really is the turning point where it feels like you made it somewhere in the game. So yeah, it's a pretty big accomplishment. Yeah, let's skip a few more of these battles. Yeah, that honey oil bowl was pretty good. That hit the spot. Now, I was thinking my hip injury, if even Ramadan or fasting was going well, as soon as I got this hip injury, I would have been right back to weed. Because it's the only thing that's actually making the pain tolerable to pop out my fucking hip and put it back in again. It's fucked, but I'm actually reaching the point where I'm probably going to have to get it checked out soon. I got it checked out by a few doctors a few years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, this is getting worse. You got to get it looked at. One guy managed to pop it so that it actually made it all the way back in, and it felt perfect for like a week or two, and then it popped out. I was like, ah, son of a bitch. I wonder if there's some sort of surgery they can use to keep it popped in, or I bet you it's just muscles. Muscle development, like rehab, is usually the best way. Not to offer medical advice, but I've noticed that too. A lot of the surgeries I got offered, I just did the rehab instead. And yeah, the rehab was brutal, but at least you avoid the surgery. And it works really good, so. My dad's more a big fan of going under the knife. Me, not so much. If there's any way to avoid a surgery, I'll just do the rehab. Ah, I've got it set to lightning. Didn't even realize that. Oh, we lost. Son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Alright, is it worth it to make Tamano Nami? Let's go check. I'm pretty sure that's that one fire chick, if I can remember correctly. If it's a different element, tell me, because I'm going to be looking in circles. Yeah, Tamano Nome. I did make her. She does have some of the nicest boobs in the game, even with a big kiss mark on them. But no, to be honest, what I did with her is she became linked to Tengu. So I don't actually use her for fighting, but she is a DNA. So let's show the DNA linkage and ask if it was really worth it. So here she is. She's linked in the DNA, and it's the evil associate. So let's check it out. Once our hero has released the talent skill, this will inflict damage, 75% of the attack, to 4 random enemy units in the back row, and have a 65% possibility to add lust for 4 rounds. The only thing that makes me weirded out is I can't figure out what the hell lust does. They're like, oh, you're under lust. So I'm like, well, what the fuck does that do? If someone knows what lust does, that'd be great. I'd love to learn that. The viewers are always helping me learn new stuff. So I don't know. The only other DNA option he has is this one. And I should really switch it to that. Can you imagine he got even more defense? But I don't know. So far we got Evil Associate and we got her. And that's what we're using it for. Is it worth it? I don't know. If I had to guess, probably not. Oh, she increases the damage. Yeah, maybe that's what Lust does. So if you have Lust, all of a sudden you can do more damage. That'd be sweet. I don't know, what does real life Lust do? Usually makes you do stupid stuff, right? It's like you fall head over heels for someone and you do stuff that you probably shouldn't have. Not that that ever happens to me. Not that I'm quoting all my relationships. Oh, God. Yeah, it'll be nice to get back into the real world and have a real life again. Oh, no, this online dating kind of drives me nuts. It's funny, too. I like to blame the online dating. It has nothing to do with me. So I love it when people blame Facebook for all their problems. They're like, dear God, when I go into Facebook, it's nothing but filth and depravity. Or depravity. And I'm like, geez, who do you have on your friends list, right? It's like, geez, unsubscribe from me and you'll be fine. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, some guy told me about that, the internet, too. He's like, he can't stand the internet. And I'm like, why? He says it's nothing but filth. And I'm like, geez, maybe you should change your favorites list, right? So I don't know. It's like change it from CNN to fucking to the Science Network. Maybe it won't be so freaking out. Nah, not that there's anything that wrong with CNN. Actually, some of my favorite stories are from CNN. But they do have some pretty bad ones too. But who doesn't? Now, CNN once did a show or an episode about how magic mushrooms cured someone's cancer. And then at the end, they're like, did it really cure his cancer? And they're like, no, it didn't really cure his cancer. We can't say that. And then they're like, but they think that the science behind it was it improved people's moods so much that they all of a sudden didn't worry about dying from cancer. And they said once they got into like a really positive mindset, then all of a sudden the cancer went into remission. It was like, what the fuck, right? So I never realized that CNN did a story like that. I should have got the title of it. I think it was called like CNN on YouTube, Magic Mushrooms. If you just type that in, you can find the show or the clip. And it's not a fake clip. They actually did a whole series about it. Or not a series, a segment. Now, I definitely can't claim that magic mushrooms can cure cancer, but I just thought that CNN episode was, it's up there. It's like one of my favorite episodes ever. So as much as I make fun of CNN a lot, they do have some good shit. Some really good shit. It's like the government weed. People make fun of it. They're like, oh, it's all cheap. It's garbage. But man, they got some good. It's not all bad. Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone's had this happen in their cities where they have legalized weed dispensaries, but apparently there's a company that's going around and trying to create a monopoly by buying out all the stores that have already established and then just putting their sign on the front door. And apparently they got really cheap prices, so I'm like, what? A discount brand is going around taking over all the pot shops? So I'm gonna go to it and probably do an episode where we'll see if we're allowed to film inside. I was surprised. One time I went into a cannabis dispensary, I think it was Tokyo Smoke. They're like, oh yeah, you can run the cameras, you can interview people. I'm like, wow. I wasn't sure that they would allow that, but yeah, they were cool with it. At least they were years ago. Or maybe it was just that one location. I went to the big Tokyo Smoke, Toronto's largest location, in the old Sam the Record Man building. I think that's what it was. Yeah, you should make Skady is what people are advising in the chat. I actually do have Skady now. The only problem is I don't have enough purple potions to finish leveling her up. So she sucks balls right now, and not in a good way. Yet. Yeah, a lot of my team in Clone Evolution is going to be changing. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to fill everyone in. If anyone didn't know what happened, there was an exchange event that just passed, and I was trying to save up to get Theodora, and I almost blew it, so I couldn't get her. And then at the last minute, with like a few minutes to spare, I managed to get the last heroes I needed and got her just in time. So if anyone's wondering, did we get the Theodora? We did. So now we're just 2 Theodoras away from another gold Theodora. Yeah, I have both Skady and Nemesis now. The same problem. I just got to get them leveled up in stars. Because that's the thing. Once you get all these great new heroes, sure, it's great, but now you got to level them up again, right? It's not always so easy to get them back up to like a red star. You know what's so funny? Like this whole idea of me building a garage, people are like, oh, Leland, you seem so obsessed with building this garage, like this 2-story barn idea. And I actually got this idea when I got laid off from one of my old favorite jobs at a golf course in a country club, which I worked for almost 10 years. So I took all my savings from that, bought some land, and then I was actually going to build the 2-story barn on it. The problem is I couldn't get the materials in. What I didn't estimate was it was going to be such rough terrain. I just couldn't get any of the building materials there unless I like paid for a helicopter to drop it off or something. So it was like way out of my price range. So this has actually been a project of mine I've been working on since about, I guess, around the year 2012 or so. So now to get so close again, where I have an old garage, I just need to demolish it and build a new one in its place, and it might happen. Fucking 10 years in the making. So yeah, to some people, just building a garage might seem like not that great an accomplishment, but to me, it'd be something like a life goal I've been working on for like over a decade. So that's why it seems like such a big deal. Really, the plan was to fix the house originally, but yeah, that's way out of my price range. So back to square one and just gonna build a nice garage. Or fail again. Yeah, Nemesis is good. Skady's good. Same for me. My WOF is ×5. I'm horrible with acronyms. Moriarty or Ariel, who should I make? Oh, that's a good question. Warzard the Board Time Lord wants to know. Moriarty or Ariel, who to make? I'll have to check those. Yeah, to be honest, both of them sound like they have ingredients that you should not waste because you probably need it for someone else really good. Fuck, man, I hate when that happens. Story of my life. Fucking shit up every day. Hey, George Washington, welcome back to the chat. Yeah, I was hoping if I did a morning episode today, could actually catch some viewers that are always busy at work. Yeah, if George wants to check it out, this week I had an interesting volunteer job where I was like doing some filming for a new YouTube show. So I can't share the links yet, but I was kind of surprised that the filming actually turned out decent, and I'm going to keep working at it, try to make it better. It was good practice for my YouTube channel because I'm like, you know what? If I have a job or I'm trying to like film for an actual legitimate show, I'll get used to using the camera gear. I'll get used to getting shots that actually work. So. Oh yeah, if anyone hasn't heard the news from YouTube. Remember how YouTube has had different policies about what you're allowed to talk about? They came out with a really new threatening policy. I was kind of surprised how threatening. And I was wondering if they actually did it to me or if it was just a coincidence what happened. So we'll check it out. Now, if anyone knows, I used to talk about the war a little bit on the channel, but now YouTube's gotten really strict with that. So I guess I won't be allowed to talk about the war unless I say that I agree completely with the mainstream narrative. If I don't, I will lose the channel. No, this is the most strict they've ever been. Even more strict than the virus, which I was surprised. Because the virus, we never got, well, they told us this warning, but they never actually put it in writing and sent it to our bank account statement, where this time they did. Alright, let's try not to open boobs on the screen. Fuck. Alright, let me just switch for 1 second. I think that's a good way to make sure I don't. Now I was thinking this way, if I open boobs on the screen, it's not showing any of my screens. There we go. I have no idea how the pictures of boobs get there. It's got to be some sort of virus. It keeps installing them all. Alright, let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is, YouTube's. Yeah, this is the most fucked news I've ever heard for YouTube in quite a while. Where is it? Did I just put in the downloads? Yeah, I did. Alright, we can close that and we're good to go. Now if anyone can see, my game shelf is all over the place and it's packed, loaded to the tits. It's like I don't have room for a single game, so I'm going to have to reorganize it or add another shelf. But I think really I just got to stop buying new games until I sell some. That's going to be my new plan, not to make more new shelves, just make room by selling old games. Or giving them away, we'll see. So yeah, this is the message on my new bank statement from Google Sense. They said, due to the war in Ukraine, let's make it bigger so we can see it. That's what she said. All right, due to the war in Ukraine, we will pause monetization of content that either exploits, dismisses, or condones the war. So isn't that weird, eh? It's like Google has literally said they will freeze your accounts, change everything to zeros, basically taking away your ability to feed yourself, to shelter yourself, and to purchase medications. So they're literally threatening to kill you, hypothetically, if taking away your money actually would result in losing shelter, food, and medication, if that was the case. So it's like you either agree with everything we say or we will kill you. That is the statement from Google, hypothetically. I don't know, some people are going to argue and say, you know what? If you're relying on Google for your income, then it's your own fault. But for some people that have normal jobs and do Google at the same time, yeah, I guess that would be the case. But other people, maybe for whatever reasons, they could be disabled or something, that they literally have no other job options and Google is their last source of income. So having to agree with everything they say, that's crazy, right? Like I get it that sure there's people that have very strict opinions of who's the good guys and what side of a war, but wow, it's crazy that it can reach that point where they'll like close your accounts. The one thing that freaks me out a little bit about that, more than it should probably, is Google Pay and the government are starting to work very closely with each other. So during the pandemic, what they were going to do is lock everyone's credit card statements and like bank transactions all through Google Pay. So you would literally have no legal option to spend money other than using Google Pay. So yeah, like all your MasterCards would be linked to it, all your Visa cards, all your like Bank of Montreal accounts, they'd all be linked through Google Pay. So yeah, having everything through Google Pay seems convenient, but what happens if all of a sudden they're like, you know what? Either you agree with everything we say or you lose access to Google Pay. And if it's the only way you can spend money or even access your money, it's like, holy fuck, man, that's like a really rocky road, right? Like, I get it, some people are like, oh, I'll never disagree with the war, so how does this even affect me? Well, I'm like, they've already started to do it with multiple issues. So first it was the virus, now it's the war. They've even started hinting the climate change thing. So if you even disagree with the theories about climate change, you could lose all of your money. So I don't know, that's like a rocky road. What are they going to add to that list next? They'd be like, oh, all of a sudden they institute some horrible law, and if you disagree with it, then all of a sudden you lose access to your money? I don't know. On the bright side, maybe they'll find some way to use all this Google Pay to help people. Some people are saying it could solve obesity, because what they could do is like, you know what? Google Pay will just limit how much food you can buy. So if a person is too obese and they try to order fried chicken, their credit card will be denied. And then they'll be like, why can't I use my credit card? They'll be like, sorry, sir, your Google Pay account says that you're obese and you're locked out from how much food you can buy this week. Or how much sugar, or how much cigarettes. Or if someone was an alcoholic, all of a sudden Google Pay could block you out from buying alcohol. You couldn't even get to money from your account. So it's like if you wanted to somehow use cash, even if they got rid of cash or still had it, you couldn't get the cash out because you wouldn't be able to log into your account. That'd be fucked, right? But who knows? Like, yeah, if you solve obesity, you solve alcoholism. You know, the real rocky road too would be cigarettes. They could put a cap on how many cigarettes you can buy a week. Like, sorry, sir, you're smoking 2 packs a day. That's no longer allowed. It's like you could just buy 1 pack a day now. I think in Canada, someone was telling me a pack of cigarettes is over $20. All right, Doodle, have a good one. See you later. Can you imagine $20 for a pack of cigarettes? Someone was complaining that food cost $100. Just like one meal. I was like, well, you know what? If a pack of cigarettes costs $20... Yeah, because usually when I was smoking cigarettes as like a teenager, a pack of cigarettes was like 1/4 the cost of a meal. So you could have a meal, or you could buy 4 packs of cigarettes. So now that a pack of cigarettes costs $20, how much is a meal? Even at $80, that would be a reasonable price. $80 a meal. Yeah, that'll be the greatest thing for me. When I get on the road, or if I get my own place and I'm living in an area where food is really expensive, fuck, it's gonna help me lose weight like crazy. That'll be nice. I shouldn't joke about that, but it's true. And I'll have to get a garden. I'll be eating more plants than ever. My worst nightmare. Now, who knows? If I get really good at growing plants, maybe I'll find some that I like. Maybe I can just eat cannabis all day. I'll have cannabis salads like every day. Breakfast, lunch, supper. More and more weed. If there really is antioxidants in weed, I'll be living off of it. No, I'm really looking forward to this year, my CBD plants. Oh man, my CBD plants have a good harvest, and all of a sudden I got all this weed that doesn't even have THC. Oh, that'll be sweet. At least I'll be able to cut back on weed and still be able to vaporize. Because I think that's the issue with me. Is like when I want to quit smoking weed, I really have nothing that I can vaporize as an alternative. So if I had CBD weed and I could vaporize that instead, I think that would really help me quit. Or at least cut back. Yeah, who knows? Like maybe even Google Pay, they could solve people's pornography addictions. Because they'd be like, you know what? All of a sudden you can't subscribe to more than one OnlyFans account. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, you're limited to only $20 a month you can spend on OnlyFans. I'd be like, wow. So maybe that's what I need. Man, oh man. See, that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. I think that's the battle we're going into as a society, is how much do we want the government to control our lives? Do we want them to decide everything for us so that we no longer have any free will? Some people think no free will is great because too much free will is when society gets all rocked. I don't know though. Seems risky. Fuck man, I hate being told what to do. That's the one thing with the whole pandemic thing. If the leaders just asked you to go to your doctor and see what advice was best for you, I would have done that. As soon as they started ordering people to like do this or else, I was like, you know what? I don't care if you're telling me to fucking do my favorite thing ever. If you're ordering me to do it, I'll probably stop. Forget, what battle are we playing? Oh, thank God. Alright, so what's the problem here? We're not winning, so we gotta hit him harder. Less Zoro, more attack. We'll try Monk first, and if that plan fails, then we'll really go hardcore. No, to be fair, part of me should love Google, because A, they're my boss, and B, because they're taking over my entire city. That's one of the kind of the reasons I'm tempted to move out of the city I live in. It's gone to Google. I don't know if anyone's ever lived in a tech hub before, but once Google comes in, takes over your city, it's really something else. Some people will argue and be like, hey, all these high-paying jobs at Google are great. Who knows? I do have a lot of friends and family that have made a lot of money off Google already. So, yeah, it's probably not all bad. It's a mixed bag. Now, it's one thing for Google to just come in and rent a few offices in your city. It's like, oh, what's wrong with that? But then what if Google comes in and they start like taking over entire city blocks, demolishing the blocks, and then building like these giant Google skyscrapers. The one part of our city is even called Google City, where they're building their own city within our city. It's like they're demolishing parts of our city and just rebuilding it, everything Google. I don't know, I guess it's not that bad, but it is a drastic difference. We'll go and show the before and afters. I got some interesting comparisons we can show on a travel vlog. I have to say, when I go by the Google City, it's like only really close to where I live, so I go through it all the time. But when I went through it the first time, I was impressed. I was like, holy shit, man. This Google City they're building is so futuristic. Feels like I'm walking through like Neo Tokyo or something. And the only thing that pisses me off about the Google City too is how come they haven't got us good internet yet? Like, fuck man, we're just a few blocks away from a fucking Google City, which I'm sure they have good internet. So it's like, why don't we? It's like, what the fuck? Could they at least just share their Wi-Fi or something? For fuck's sakes. Can you imagine that? It's like you live in a house and you're looking out your window and there's this giant Google building bragging how they have the fastest, best internet in the world, and you can see the building, but you can't. It's like your internet options are garbage. Even if you wanted to pay like $1 million a month, it's not even available. Can't even do it. All right, let's take Monk out, and they've got a lot of healing in there. Maybe that's what we got to hinder. Let's try hitting him with some anti-healing. I was thinking I should be really nice to Google. Maybe we can get a tour inside the building or part of their city. I'd be like, you know what? Mind if I come in and just look around? They'd be like, get out! Nah, I'm pretty sure it's locked even if you wanted to just walk in the building. From what I've seen, all the employees going in and out of the Google buildings, they all have to scan in and out. Alright, so this combination... Oh, fuck, I was just to say, looks like it's starting to work. Trying to think, what other option do we have here to try to beat this level? I would go with Zoro, but there's no one in their team that's even really hitting us hard. So whose attack are we really going to reflect back? Oh man, is it just me or we did worse than last time? We can't kill any of them. Oh, there, Genie, we got him down to half. Come on, Suzo, hit him. Boom. Oh, come on, you call that an attack? I don't know, to me it seems like our team just gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Can't hit them at all. Unless their defense is increasing, maybe that's what it is. Come on, Suzo, hit him hard. Oh, call that an attack? Didn't even do anything. Oh, we got Sekhmet down to one hit. Come on. Oh, she's back to full. Holy shit, we made it up to 7 likes this morning. Thanks, everyone. Oh, fuck, Sekhmet died. What a witch. No, I'm just kidding. Good witch. Alright, so I think we're going to have to try something else here. We've already died one character, haven't killed any of them. Let's try... Alice is really just good for healing. I doubt this will work, but let's just try it. Yeah, like Alice is never going to break the bank is like the best attacker. Ah, Monk. Why you gotta go and get poisoned? I guess that's one thing that I'll miss about Alice not being in this battle, is she heals or neutralizes poisons. So when people keep inflicting me with poison, it just goes away. So without her, we'll die right away. Fuck. Yeah, we died super fast. And we couldn't even hit anyone. Fuck. Alright, let's try the Super Lightning team. Just for interest's sake. I'm just tempted to see how it reacts. They might kill us all in one hit. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of funny, a full lightning team right there, eh? The main reason I keep Allison, because, yeah, for her defense. See what I mean? That they actually do miss Zoro a little bit more often when you change it to lightning. Oh, fuck, man. Why did she die so quick? What a witch. Good witch. Alright, so we gotta change up one thing in this. Ah, should have switched positions with Genie and Suzo. Oh. Now, I figured maybe my account really wasn't affected by the Google AdSense ban for talking about the war, because really I only talked about it a little, and it was really before they warned us about not talking about it. And I didn't really say that much that was offensive. I hope not. No, but anyways, my account is back to showing income again, so I figured maybe it was just a slow month or whatever. Went all the way down to 0. No, it went right back to its normal level of, like, I don't know, 20 or 50 bucks a month, ranging anywhere between there. Boom. Come on. Are we even hitting them? Oh, I know the problem. It's because Sekhmet's not in the team. If Sekhmet's not in here, we're just not going to be hitting them hard. Alright, maybe we'll come back and play that again another time. I've been just playing that one too much. I think we can beat it, but I'll have to try later. Maybe after I eat breakfast. Right now I'm a little bit anxious because I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go crazy with the fists this time. So we'll save our fist icons, not use them all up. And we'll just miss out on the event for this week. And the bounty, same with the bullets, we're not really going to do it. It's a shame because we actually need the bounty mission reward, Agatha, really bad. So it sucks. This is the week that we're not doing it, and we need her most of all. But we really have no choice because we don't have enough to even come close, so not even halfway. So realistically, we just got to wait and save stuff up. So yeah, we won't bother refreshing these ones. We'll just do the ones they give us that are good. Yeah, the only thing that sucks after we got the Theodora fragment, now we're really low on the rest. So it's going to take a while before we actually save up enough Sunstars to do the next big evolution. Fuck, probably looking at a month. But at least we got Theodora. That's how I look at it. Theodora is so hard to get, it's worth it. I had a feeling I forgot to do these. It's always the one I need to do first is the one I forget. Oh, there we go. Where are we going? Westward, how? Alright, so I think we're good for the daily tasks. Let's see. Oh, we didn't even do the arena. We didn't consume the heroes. Fuck. I'm not getting anything done. So that's one shitty thing about weed. If you do too much, man, it's hard to get anything done. Or I'm just blaming the weed. It has nothing to do with me. That's what I always hate when I quit weed and then I don't get anything done. I'm like, fuck, now I got nothing to blame. Oh, 236 is the max. Okay, that's good to know. Now, green, I don't think is going to go any higher than 236. We're going to try to phase them out of our team. All right, now we can do the arena. Let's hope. We'll just take the easy victories here. No, dear God, I was looking at getting into collecting the Coleco and all the different mods and different consoles that you can get. I never even realized that someone actually made a new version of the Coleco, called it the Collector Vision. I was like, fuck, man, that's crazy. But they only sold a limited amount of consoles, and once they sold those limited ones, they skyrocketed in value. So I'm trying to get on the mailing list in order to get these limited consoles. Ah, fuck, the game crashed. Alright, we'll run my Vaporizer commercial. We'll be right back. Yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll have to cover some of the viewer questions we missed. Oh yeah, I forgot Moriarty and Ariel. We'll have to look that one up. Oh shit, such an idiot. I forgot, while all the viewers were here, I was supposed to ask everyone for help with the Aerospace Center. And I got carried away doing battles. Fuck. So how the hell does this work? Where are we supposed to press? Did I find anything to click that does stuff? You can depart? What the fuck? So does anyone know what we're supposed to do here? We got one viewer left. Watch, it's not a Clone Evolution player. God. Alright. I tried clicking that. Pin or destroy? I don't think I should be clicking destroy until I know what it does, right? Oh, HP research. Oh, okay. Speed, tenacity, critical, hit, dodge. All right, let's try this. Upgrade requirements. 2,400. We got 0. Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, so, oh, here we can click over, left and right. Doesn't do anything. So maybe this is why people are complaining they don't like this ship. It is hard to figure out what to do, right? Oh, you can get these items here. We'll try departing. Could be a horrible disaster, but who knows, right? The hell? Why can't I pick any other elements? There are teams with what? With unconfigured heroes? Oh. Oh shit, we gotta put 3 teams together. Fuck. That's why some of the other elements are taken. Wow, this is really wild. Building more teams. Whoops. Let's go with this team's tank will be him. This team can't have 2 tanks. That's a little much. Fuck, man, I really wish I just had a list of all my favorite 3 teams, so I don't have to keep remembering what each team was and trying to build them again from scratch. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do when I'm away from the game today, not recording. I'm just going to make a list of my 3 best teams. Yeah, I guess we can make this team lightning. Is that really my last option for a healer? Fuck. Guess it is. Alright, that team's set. That team's set. I don't know, it's not great, 3 teams, but I think we could tear some a new one. Oh, now we got new icons unlocked. Plunder points, investigation, radar, turret, warehouse, search, base. Start and end. 14 hours. Do we want plundering points? Should I spend 100 to get some? Let's do it. Holy. It went up to 10 of 10. Oh, some sort of weird meters that you can adjust. I don't know, to me this seems so complicated. I don't know if anyone's actually figured it out yet. Oh, there's another ship. Win the battle to increase speed. Launch the attack. Oh, it's Subaru's ship. Oh, fuck, man. That does not sound good. What happens if we give up? Do we lose something? Doctor Strange? That ship sounds more beatable. I don't know that person. How do we know this ship's power before we attack it? Yeah, this one's 10. This one sounds more reasonable. Let's try attacking it. Wow, first ship battle. This is pretty intense. I don't know, a lot of people saying they're hating the ship battles, but to me, it seems like there's something to it. We figured out something already. How's that for figuring out skills? We actually got into a battle. Yeah, you could probably tell I was almost ready to throw in the towel there. I was like, fuck it, can't figure it out. I'm like, oh hell, let's keep trying. If we click everything. Alright, we'll skip this. We got him. Ooh, this battle looked challenging. Maybe Tengu will try to attack Zoro. Oh, fuck, we lost. Son of a whore. Not there's anything wrong with that. Oh, no, we lost 3. Or 2 of the 3 battles. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. God, that was horse shit. Alright, so we definitely gotta change our teams. can't believe we lost those. What the hell? Now, when I looked at the team lineups at first, I'm like, oh, this is a joke. We were just going to slaughter them. How did we lose that? I must have built some of the worst teams ever. How do I change the teams? Can you? Like, yeah, look at this team. That's a bad one. Even this team. This one's pretty bad, too. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know. This battle, I'd say we've lost. Yeah, we lost the first one. Piece of shit. Man, this one looks hard too. Sounds like my mom is back. I'm gonna have to go and see if she needs help with anything. No, she was hitting the garage sales today, and I almost went, all right, we finally won. And I'm like, fuck it, I gotta stop spending so much. Alright, so next episode what we'll do is we'll do some more of these ship battles. Let's give a shout out to all the viewers that dropped in today. Rusty Valor, Shelly was even here. Wow, Shelly. Shout out to Shelly. Steadfast, thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully we'll be going up north soon. Now I was thinking April, May, probably June 1st-ish we'll be going. Hopefully we're not back into lockdowns by then. I'm thinking just my luck. I'll plan a trip in June. But we'll see. Now I'm going to try to get a hold of construction crews first. Make sure I can be there to witness the construction. Hopefully I can time-lapse the whole garage being built. Oh, that'd be sweet. But anyways, yeah, Steadfast, Warzard the Board, Time Lord. Oh, I need Dracula and Beauty and the Beast for Intellivision. Alright, I've never even tried those ones, so yeah, I'll look into getting those. Doodle. Thanks again, Doodle. Yeah, Doodle, he said the first time he watched the show I was at level 70. Yeah, it's crazy to think we're over 300 now. How time flies. Sure, this game is hard as hell to level up, but man, if you play it for a few years, it's amazing how fast you can actually make it to 300. Hey, George tuned in. Thanks a lot, George. Hey, Ruslan. Oh, Ruslan said he made the same mistake with the ships. He accidentally made a bad team and he only put one red hero in the teams. Oh no. Yeah, hopefully we can find a way. I was thinking the only way I can think of to correct if that problem happens really bad is you go to the base and where was that demolish button? Yeah, if you destroy, I don't know if that does it. But I don't want to chance it because man, if I click that and I break something, oh. So hopefully I didn't give bad advice there, but that's the only thing I could think. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do an episode later today, but if anyone wants to check out my travel vlogs, the one that I worked on in Toronto is actually at 4K resolution now. Actually closer to 5K, but I don't know why it still kept it at 4. But anyways, yeah, it's uploaded and it's finally working. It's the same link as last time, it's just improved resolution. Yeah, in the 3D, or what is it called, the VR version, it's finished, it's uploaded, but it's still rendering. So it's probably going to take like a week. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I got the 3D or 360 VR video working. So if anyone wants to hang out with me for an hour in VR, yeah, just grab a headset and log into YouTube and I'll get the link soon. Now I went for Toronto, I walk all through downtown, well not all of it, but a good part of downtown. Go past the CBC building, go into Liberty Village. it was fucking raining the whole time I was trying to film there, so that's why I didn't get much footage, but I did the best I could. And as by not much footage, I mean over an hour. Yeah, I think I'll be one of the only people that'll be like a regular uploader of hour-plus long travel vlogs in VR. So I don't know. I'm not even a big fan of VR, but some people are, so I figure try to find a niche somewhere. Alright, 2 ordinary clones. Let's do one, just in case I forget later. Oh yeah, let's give a big shout out applause to everyone I mentioned in the chat, including Ruslan. Ooh, that last clap didn't sound good. Hey, online, or Naked HD, welcome back. I thought you had abandoned us. It's like, dear God, did she find another channel? No, thanks for spamming. If it wasn't for some good old Naked HD spam, it just wouldn't feel like a proper show. It's kind of like when the telemarketer calls. I'm like, you know what? At least someone's calling. Thank you, telemarketer. It was nice to speak to another human. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, for items, what do we got? Oh yeah, we did get some of those new items in the spaceship, so we'll try to translate what these items are next episode as well. And if anyone's got ideas about whether or not they like or dislike this ship shit, just let us know. Because so far, I'm shocked at what the Aerospace Center is. I thought it was just going to be like the airship and we collect more items, but no, there's actually battles and everything. And 3 teams of battles. So yeah, that was a pretty good summary, I think, of what we encountered at the Aerospace Center so far. And hopefully next episode we'll get some more. Oh yeah, and sorry I shared the link in the Discord so late. I forgot to hit enter. I haven't been vaporizing weed much all week, so when I did today, it hit me pretty hard. And at least I have weed to blame. Has nothing to do with me. Alright, so let's go to... What else did we forget? Oh yeah, the affiliate links and all that stuff. Almost forgot. Let's go to the sponsor.
Today's aerospace adventure was brought to you by Crunk. Crack! It'll fuck you up.
Alright, thanks again, Patreon, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, everyone at Patreon. Society 6, finishing quick, my specialty, t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. The 3D printer is not set up yet, and it's taken forever. But I'm going to call my buddy Frank over and see if he wants to help. Maybe he'll be able to get the 3D printer going. Alright, Hideout TV, Swagbucks, GameKit, free Bitcoin, all that jazz, the virtual mate sex machine, adults, men only, ladies need one, they know who to call. $10 off, 150 or more with the coupon code LYNBS. That's LYNBSN. And my website. Let's go back to the fire screen. Alright, so Ruslan says you can attack 3 times and there are 10 stages, and he's won level 100 equipment and some of the new currencies. 8,000 yellow, 200 purple, and 3,000 blue. You have to pretty sure increase loot and make the travel faster. Wow. Alright, so I'll check it out more. Thanks for the advice there, or the little info. So yeah, if anyone's got more info, don't forget to add it to the Discord too, so that in case I've missed the YouTube chat, sometimes it takes like a year before I answer. And yeah, then just post it there. I'll probably read it quicker. Alright, so take care everyone, have a good weekend, and maybe talk to you again tomorrow. See you later, bye for now. Later. Ooh, maybe breakfast is ready. Later.